What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about the new Cold War Year 2 update that's live this morning, a follow-up on the Season 6 ending cutscene, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and make sure you have notifications on to stay up to date with everything going on in Cold War Year 2, Warzone, Modern Warfare 2, and any other future Call of Duty as well. I want to thank all you guys for the immense support on all the recent content that I posted over the last couple of weeks, months, if not years, depending on how long you guys have been here on the channel. It really means the world to me, and I'm really excited to be covering the new era of Call of Duty, which is about to start. Let me know in the comments, though, what content do you want to see the most in Cold War Year 2, and reasonable content, I should add, that could end up coming out before October 28th, the launch of Modern Warfare 2, but also enjoy the nasty nuke gameplay in the background. I want to start off with a discussion regarding the new characters we got in Cold War, whether it was the campaign, whether it's through the post-launch story. Considering this is a Kitsune-focused video on the new bundle, I do want to say I'm very curious on what the fate is of all the new characters we got to see, especially the villains throughout seasons 1 through 6. I'm very curious about that because the post-launch story came to a pretty fair conclusion with Adler and Stitch over in Verdansk, but we never really got a direct answer as to what happened to Stitch's crew. We can only assume that we killed them all in Verdansk 84, considering the cover art for season 6 does show everybody going toe-to-toe over in Warzone. So we could just assume that our crew took down theirs, Stitch was the last man standing, and then whatever happened in the season 6 cutscene was it. But I want to hope that the next Black Ops game in the campaign could actually follow up on a bunch of those characters, regardless if Stitch is dead or not. We can still get a follow-up or like some side missions dealing with characters like Naga, we have Wraith, we then have Jackal, we have Kitsune. I'm curious if the next Black Ops game will touch on any of that. I think it's totally plausible, but overall I think there's going to be a unique approach with Treyarch's next Black Ops game. Not only does it have potential to follow up on Cold War's post-launch story dealing with maybe the 90s now, but they could also start following up on something that I think all of us have wanted to see a follow-up on, and that's the future era, right? Post Black Ops 2 and definitely before Black Ops 3. My issue with Black Ops 3 and 4 is that those games went even farther into the future and didn't really touch on anything to do with Mason, Woods, David Mason. We didn't really get much follow-up to that. So I think the next Black Ops game has a lot of opportunity to really tie up some loose ends and really answer a lot of questions that we've had for years. And I just think the fact they introduced such memorable and likable characters in Cold War's post-launch season not only gets me excited for the future of their storytelling, but it gets me thinking that they're not just going to be throwaway characters that they're not going to ever reference again. At least give us intel or a cutscene or something in the next game that kind of gives us more answers as to what happened here in the Cold War post-launch story. Because theoretically right now everything that happened throughout seasons 1 through 6 takes place in between Black Ops 1 and 2. So I definitely think the next game could give us some flashbacks of the 90s and then flash forwards to the late 2020s to really bring everything full circle. We'll absolutely love to see that. Now, as I touched on in a previous video, it's no mistake that even Vanguard's post-launch story is still a bit of a tie-in to the ending of Cold Wars. I think Cold War's post-launch story was just that successful and that memorable to the point where you can even feel the repercussions of that throughout the Vanguard story. I mean, we started off Vanguard season with Butcher meeting Mason and his crew. I think there's a payoff to that we just haven't seen yet, but I talked more about that in a previous video, of course, which is linked down below in the description, talking about the first early details for Black Ops 2024 and how Vanguard is setting up the next narrative from Treyarch. But yeah, I'm gonna be called the show anyway, but I think the post-launch story of Cold War just really set the bar for how a post-launch story should work. I mean, not only did season 1 set up so much in about a minute and a half, showing us Stitch, which is the new villain, Rebirth, the Pines, the follow-up to the Cold War campaign, but then the rest of the post-launch story for Cold War really felt like its own campaign. That's how rich the story was. It opens up the door to opportunities that I think Treyarch definitely take advantage of for their next Black Ops game. And I would assume that they're going to keep the recasted voice actors of Mason and Woods. Would hope to see that. And I would also fairly assume that what did happen in the Cold War post-launch story won't be ignored in whatever other story Treyarch has in store for us in the next couple of years. But now let's take a look at what got released this morning. So this is the Yokai bundle. As it says, hunt down the spirits still roaming the living world with the Tracer Pack Yokai bundle. Note, the blueprints included have gold and red Tracer Fire. And definitely one of the nicer skins that Kitsune has gotten. I mean, she's gotten some pretty good skins over Cold War's life cycle throughout year 1, and even a couple of them here during year 2, but obviously heavy Raiden vibes with this outfit. And not saying that because he's Asian, but no, the hat alone gives me heavy Raiden vibes from Mortal Kombat. Definitely a sharp looking skin. Next up up have the Spirit Maker Assault Rifle Bravo, as you can see, for the AK. Definitely a sharp looking blueprint, if I'm honest with you guys. Loving the gold, loving the red blend in there. Definitely pretty nice. We next up have the Ethereal blueprint here for the ZRG Sniper. And I'm not much of a sniper in this game. Remember, the ZRG came out, and people out there do actually sweat with this thing quite often. You'll obviously see more sweats with the Tundra or Swiss, but there are some ZRG sweats out there as well. We next up have the Soul Sever blueprint here for, I believe that's a Diamatti pistol. And Diamatti's pretty powerful in Cold War. Probably one of the best pistols in the game, if not the best. We next up have the Kitsune Mask Charm. I feel like this charm was already in the game already, but I guess it just wasn't. But obviously heavily focused on during Season 5. Next up, the Bow Strike finishing move. Wow, okay. Pretty cool. We got quite a few combat bow finishing moves over the last couple of bundles in year 2. Next we have the Yokai Conquest animated calling card and an emblem that matches that here, the Enraged Ani or Enraged Oni. But that is the new Kitsune pack. Let's go ahead and take all of these contents in game. All right, chat, we just had to pick Echelon because this is, of course, the map where Kitsune first got introduced here in Cold War. Here's our inspect for the nice AK-47. Let's go ahead and try out the new finishing move. And there's Sean right over there. What's up, Sean?
What's up?
Looking at these tracers here, definitely not too bad. And checking out the finishing move on our beautiful RGB striker skin. Pretty cool finisher. Pretty cool finisher. Now, honestly, what we should start doing for these bundle videos is hopping on Fire Team and checking out that finishing move animation, because that one's a bit different from the regular ones in MP. But we're obviously still going to do Warzone, of course. And then here are our dual wield Diamatti blueprints. Looking sharp there with that Kitsune Mask Charm. Definitely loving the look of that. I could have just equipped one pistol, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just do dual wield. All right, go ahead and crouch. Let's check out this finisher before you get shot by a bot. I'm about to get killed in the animation. Boom. Oh, so the bot interrupted it, but that's okay. Nothing very different there about the animation, but now we got to check the prone one. That's going to be different. And I put some bots on just so that we can experiment with the tracers a little bit more and any dismemberment effects. But okay, there you go. Sean absolutely going off with the amps. Right behind you, by the way, where you came from. All right, let's check out that prone anime. Actually, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go up to the dome up here. Let's do it up here. All right, here we go. Definitely not too different, but slight variation of the original. And honestly, I love Echelon, chat. I really do. I think this map plays very well. One of my favorite maps in the game, and it was a map that, funny enough, got leaked many, many months before ended up finally coming out in Season 5. But let's go hop over into some zombies. All right, chat, I know I forgot something. The ZRG blueprint. So, I'm not much of a sniper in this game, but checking this out here. It has the tracer, no dismemberment there, but still a cool blueprint if you guys like sniping in this game. It's just not really my style, but there's definitely a lot of pro snipers out there that do rock the ZRG, maybe with a different scope, of course, but there you have it with all of our Yokai blueprints. All right, chat, the reason I chose Firebase Z is not because of what you were thinking, but because I remember a thumbnail that I had made for me before Firebase Z came out with a zombie that was wearing a similar hat to what Kitsune is wearing here. Yeah, there's some Vietnamese heritage in there, and that's another reason for it, but there you go. Let's go ahead and try these blueprints out in some zombies. And I don't play Firebase Z too much. I've always said it's probably my least favorite. Oh, there's the hat right there. Perfect. Close enough, at least. You guys get what I'm saying, right? That's why we played this map. Firebase Z definitely isn't my favorite round-based map in Cold War. Actually, probably my least favorite, but it's still a fantastic experience that I don't mind hopping onto every now and again. Honestly, chat, turning on PAP in this map could be a bit tedious if you play this map a lot. I don't know if you guys feel that way, because I'm sure you guys play this map a lot more than I do. Other than that, no problem hopping on here tonight. And I really do like making these videos. I like making, you know, every week or two, or every 2 weeks whenever they add a new Year 2 bundle. I like making these vids covering the new bundles, just going through the blueprints and whatnot in all modes. I really enjoy it, man. I hope you guys do as well, because I'm definitely going to continue doing this little series, so to speak, for Modern Warfare 2 bundles, and then whatever other cosmetics Treyarch has in store for the future. Dude, seriously, people that hate on the super Easter egg are tripping, because the purple rarity you're spawning in with that is absolutely insane. Like, changes the game completely, but I'm just a show, right? Alright, folks, here is Tier 1 Pack Punch here in Firebase. Do a little inspect there, and then boom. Here's the Pap Camo, which does blend very smoothly with the design of this Yokai blueprint. I feel like them adding in... Oh, is this a mimic? Guess not. Them adding in blueprints, or a lot, I should say, does require a little bit of balancing and testing on the zombie side to make sure that most pad camos can cooperate with them. And I'm really impressed with how Treyarch has handled and managed all that with all bundles this year. Because, you know, in some other COD games, you likely would not see much balancing going on with how blueprints look in zombies. Chat, I almost forgot that these PAP camos are the same as the machines. I remember that was definitely a complaint back during Cold War's life cycle. And I'm like, at least this map had PAP camos at launch, unlike a very specific Duran Fung that did not. But PAP camo is just a nice touch to any map. If we don't have any, I'm just like, whatever. Doesn't really change the gameplay too much, does it? But for cosmetic purposes, you definitely want to have at least a couple PAP camos, even if they're reused. All right, folks. Tier 2 of PAP, as shown as teleporting around the map for some reason. Crossplay bug today. Here we go with that nice and green PAP camo on the AK, while flexing out those gold tracers. Definitely looking sharp. I love the way this blueprint blends in with the PAP camos. And honestly, chat, if I wanted these videos to be, you know, 30 minutes long, we could take every blueprint of the bundle, PAP them all. We can go to tier 3 on all of those, but I'm sure you guys are ready for some Warzone action while using these blueprints. But once again, definitely loving what's going on with the Yokai bundle. I think Kitsune is a very underrated character, and hopefully she comes back in some future installments. But as we usually do, let's take a look at the mastery camos on all of our new blueprints. Starting off with multiplayer, we have gold, which has some decent coverage, does blend pretty nice with the red there on the AK itself. Diamond always looks fantastic with all blueprints in this game, as you know, that's a given. But Dark Matter Ultra doesn't have the best coverage on the AK. It's decent, it's about half, but definitely not the best at all. With zombies, we have Golden Viper, which looks okay, but a little hard to see, to be honest with you. Plague Diamond looks great as always, that's to be expected. And Dark Aether does have a fair amount of coverage, definitely more coverage than Dark Matter Ultra does, so I'll give it credit for that. But then moving over into the Diamati here for gold, I mean, kind of blends no matter what. Diamond, as always, looks fantastic on here. And then Dark Matter Ultra does have some pretty fair coverage on it, nearly the entire pistol, so can't really complain about multiplayer camos there. But then Golden Viper, just can't really see it on these two blueprints, to be honest with you. But Plague Diamond, of course, as always, looks great on the pistol, and Dark Aether does cover just about a majority of the pistol, similar to Dark Matter Ultra. So I would say so far Golden Viper is probably the weakest camo on our new blueprints. But lastly, we have the ZRG Sniper, and gold looks okay. I wouldn't say it's that great. I mean, this blueprint doesn't look the best anyway, but Diamond looks fantastic, and Dark Matter Ultra covers, I think, a fair amount of the Sniper, if not all of it. The parts that matter, I should say. And then we have, for zombies, Golden Viper, and I have to be honest, I think Golden Viper probably is the worst camo to pair along with all these blueprints in the Yokai bundle. But then Plague Diamond covers the entire thing, beautiful. And last but not least, Dark Aether, which I would say the only part it's not covering is the stock, of course, and a bit of the wrap. But other than that, I think we do have some fair coverage for most of these camos here on our brand new blueprints. All right, chat, I'm honestly sad that this is, I believe, our last full week with Rebirth, because it's about to be replaced by Fortune's Keep. I'm just forgetting the name of the map there. And this AK really feels good. Wow. I'm really impressed with it. Anyone else we can kill here? Or use our Diamati? Oh, okay, okay. Definitely liking what I'm seeing here. This might end up being a nasty duo for some resurgence. Get some more kills with this thing. Okay, nice, nice, nice. Wow, I mean, I think all the year 2 bundles have translated pretty well into some good old Warzone. And then the timer's done. Oh, he actually got me right before the timer. Nice. All right, I honestly hope that Kitsune isn't dead. I mean, I'll be talking more about that later in this video, but I really wonder if she'll end up being one of the main antagonists in the next Black Ops game. We could see an older version of her, like in the future, if they do a flash forward, or we could end up getting some follow-up to Cold War Season 6 through like a 90s plot or whatnot. We'll see what Treyarch does in 2024.
Let's go quick.
Oh, AFK? Let me get my finisher. Oh. Rest in peace, King Kong.
Oh.
Nice. That finisher looked pretty good. Wow. And we have a lot of money this game for some reason. We got really lucky RNG with all of our ground loot, and somebody's sniping on top of the water tower.
Imagine camping on water towers.
A lot of action in here. Oh my god. Oh!
Oh, you're like no health.
No! I died from my own nebula gas.
Pick up that minigun, quick. Pick that shit up. Oh my god. How did you get that? How the fuck did you get that?
Well, I don't know where that came from. Where did that come from? Guy on you.
Where? No, where is he, man? What the fuck is going on?
Oh. Got some action in here for sure.
Yeah, there's like 2 squads in here.
Oh my god. Oh, here's all the action right here, dude.
Oh.
Got him. Come on, baby. Oh, I'm dead. We got a door right here. Or maybe not. Tail throwing knife. I definitely feel like Treyarch really didn't answer the question as to whether or not the new characters died off, like our villains that are a part of Stitch's crew. I feel like they didn't answer that question for a reason, or kind of leave that open in the case they want to revisit these characters in the future, kill them off screen, or want to do something else with the characters that we just haven't thought of yet. I think Treyarch definitely has their ways, and nothing is a coincidence. I certainly feel like they've planned a lot of things out thanks to the post-launch story of Cold War. Now, I do want to wrap with this. I still see a lot of confusion on the internet about what Year 2 really is. There are still people out there who believe that Year 2 is some type of one-day thing, or this day coming up where we're going to get a trailer and a roadmap. We'll love to see something like that in the future, but I don't think that's what Treyarch really has in mind for Year 2. I think what Year 2 really is, at least to me, is just a term for a variety of updates that will drop sporadically, whether it's bundles every now and again, which lately we've been getting quite a few. I think it's definitely the occasional multiplayer map remaster, which in more cases than not is just a port from BO4, and I also think it's definitely the rotation of Onslaught LTMs for Xbox and PC. They didn't get a chance to see those LTMs last year when Cold War was in its prime. So put all that together with new weapons as well, and yeah, it is a second year of support for the game, which is very on par with how Black Ops 3 also got updates for a Year 2 and a Year 3, something that really isn't promised to us, something that we're not even owed, but considering the success of Cold War, you just know Activision is like, yeah, let's greenlight as much content that Treyarch could possibly fit in, while also working simultaneously on a free-to-play 2023 project, no matter what that is, along with Black Ops 2024. That's a lot that they're juggling on top of carrying Vanguard right now with ranked play and zombies. Gotta give credit where credit is due. That's a lot of development, so I gotta be grateful for anything at this point. If you guys out there aren't fans of Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer projects, I'm happy to cover everything, and I'm really excited to see what else is in store for Black Ops Cold War. But I think people are definitely warming up a lot more now to Cold War than they did when the game was actually in its prime, and it's probably because of the shortcomings of Vanguard and the fact that it will be the last COD, like I said, that will feel like its own actual game that doesn't at all care for what's going on in the Modern Warfare or Warzone ecosystem. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on our brand new Yokai Kitsune bundle featuring tracers that is live as of this morning? What are your thoughts on the future of our brand new characters that got introduced in the post-launch story? And also, what are your thoughts on all future CODs using the same engine? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.